Multiple intelligence is the theory that humans possess varying aptitudes of more than one intelligence. And to assess an individual's intelligence accurately, one would need to take into account these multiple intelligences. Intelligence is traditionally measured by psychometric tests, such as the IQ test. Psychometric theory defines intelligence as a single, static, quantifiable entity. The IQ test only addresses 2 of the 8 intelligences defined by multiple intelligences theory. Dr. Howard Gardner is a psychologist who was studying gifted children and adults with mental disabilities in 1983 when he came up with the theory. Many educators in the U.S. quickly incorporated the idea into their classrooms because they felt it would enrich, broaden, and improve teaching methods. Gardner is now known all over the world, has published many books, and is currently a professor of cognition at Harvard Graduate School of Education. I will now give a brief rundown on the 8 different intelligences, and from now on I will refer to multiple intelligence theory as MI theory for convenience. Those whose strongest intelligence is linguistic will learn predominantly through talking, listening, and reading, writing. This type has the cards stacked in their favor. Traditional teaching methods are concurrent with linguistic intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence makes sense of concepts by analyzing patterns of symmetry. They may enjoy doing experiments and feel familiar with numbers. This type is also rewarded in traditional settings. Spatial learners can visualize concepts in their head. They love pictures, maps, and building with their hands. It may be helpful for this type of learner to associate an idea with a picture of some sort. Kinesthetic intelligence uses movement to trigger memory and recognition. The learner will thrive if allowed to do hands-on projects. From talking to my own classmates at NCSU, who took the VARC questionnaire, this type of intelligence seems to be very prolific throughout that population. Music people always have a tune in their head. They have an uncanny ability to remember rhythms and tunes. Making a lesson into a song is a great way to reach these types of students. In my experience, music is just a great thing to have around. The naturalist learner loves to be outside, although this is not always possible. I remember having Socratic seminar-type lessons in a circle outside when I went to college in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, and just being in that environment helped us learn. Individuals with high levels of naturalist intelligence will learn better when the subject can be related in some way to nature. The intrapersonal learner likes their space. Being original is very important. They have a keen ability to reflect upon themselves and their actions. Ideas generally make sense to them in their own unique way. Those who possess a significant amount of interpersonal intelligence work best in groups or pairs. They thrive in a cooperative environment and can be very good at mediating conflict. Their aha moments generally occur when making a connection with someone else. Individuals usually favor 1 or maybe 2 elements in MI theory. However, throughout life, especially in early childhood, these strengths can fluctuate. Everyone can benefit from being aware of MI. Using varied ways of displaying and recording information will facilitate the learning process for both the teacher and the student. Everyone possesses all of the intelligences to some degree or another, and everyone can benefit from learning things in different ways or in different arenas. It is always beneficial to have access to different ways of approaching a problem. Teachers use MI in the classroom. This can be done by varying methods of instruction, from hands-on lessons to multimedia presentations, group participation, or relating the lesson to nature. One critique of using MI theory in the classroom is that a teacher simply doesn't have enough time to cater to each child's unique learning style and combination of intelligences. Although it is impossible for a teacher to give each student individual specialized attention 100% of the time, they can make sure to mix up the kind of lessons they give, ensuring that each intelligence is used and addressed at one point or another. This is also good because each type of intelligence is valuable, and students that are not necessarily prone to one kind are in this way given opportunities to approach problems from different angles. This also prevents students from feeling that they must stick to their strongest methods. Another critique is that although MI is accurate, in today's world students need to learn in the traditional linguistic and mathematical forms exclusively in order to be successful. In response to that, I would point to the major universities and their criteria for admission. Although most require decent SAT scores, which is a psychometric test, extracurricular activities, interests, experiences, and ability to think outside the box are increasingly playing a larger role in the decision-making process of whether or not to accept a college applicant. Business firms are also looking for fresh minds with unique perspectives. One of the largest critiques of the theory is that it is ambiguous and therefore impossible to prove or disprove. Personally, I think that humans are capable of unbounded growth and learning. Therefore, putting a highly definable, and therefore narrow, measurement on intelligence, as psychometric theory does, only serves to limit expectations and stunt growth. I believe that the measuring of intelligence is inherently evasive, like a slippery fish that one cannot seem to get hold of, and that it should remain that way. Nonetheless, with advances in neurological sciences and technology, we may soon be able to confidently map out which areas of the brain are active while specific elements of the theory are in use, which would go far in providing empirical evidence for it. MI theory is a useful and effective tool in the classroom, and it also opens our minds to different ways of looking at things in everyday life. This concludes my presentation on multiple intelligences theory.